Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. This is Hazel Lucia Tarot. I am your tarot reader Stephanie, and today's reading is about your May 2025 predictions. We're going to see what is going to happen for you in the beautiful month of May, my birthday month. I'm sending blessings to everyone. But before we move on, I want to tell you about my experience with Psychic Source, our sponsor for today's video. Even though I'm an intuitive and have been reading tarot for years now, I still sometimes seek wisdom outside of myself or when I need further confirmation on certain life choices. That's where Psychic Source really helps out. They let you connect with professional, experienced, and gifted advisors from the comfort of wherever you are, through phone call, video chat, or text. My own experience with Psychic Source has been phenomenal. My advisor was very warm and very welcoming. I had asked her about some upcoming life changes that I was planning on, and when the best times would be to do certain things. And what she answered actually lined up with what I had in mind, so that gave me confirmation as well as some confidence in my choices. She also read my energy very well. She even went as far as to clairvoyantly see the visual space that I was talking about, and that made me feel really good about my decisions, the fact that she was so gifted and so intuitive. So I'll definitely be going back to her about other life questions I may have in the future. So try Psychic Source by clicking the link below in the description. Our 4 piles are pile 1 with the owl, number 38. Pile 2, we have the angel, number 51. Pile 3, we have the tigress, 27. And pile 4, we have the heart, number 44. So take a few deep breaths, think about the beautiful month of May, and I'll be ready for your reading whenever you are. Hello there, pile 1. If you chose the owl card, number, I think it's 38, then we have your reading here for you for the month of May. We're going to see what the month of May has in store for you, anything that is going to come through, and then we're going to go into the tarot to see what your general love, relationship, and career finance predictions are going to be. So I got a throwback for you. I don't know why, but I have the song Blinded by the Light by The Weeknd stuck in my head for you, which is a little ironic, or because I'm actually recording this at night. For whatever reason, I just felt like doing that for you, pile 1. So nights in May could be important here for you. Let's go ahead and get your cards, which I have pre-selected. We have the box. We have My Trauma Doesn't Make Me Less Lovable. We have this card, which is Daffodils, Inspiration. A bunch of daffodils can generate inspiration or indicate respect with a wish for vitality and renewal. Use these bright yellow blooms to say, the sun shines when I'm with you, and you are the only one. That's so lovely. So, blinded by the light. The light here could be metaphorical, pile 1. We also have Lazy, Revelation. We have Saraswati, Goddess Saraswati, and Saint Brigid, or Brigid, Passion, Growth, and Fire. Okay, passionate, fiery, creative energy is coming through for you, pile 1. But I do feel like this is going to be like a nighttime kind of fire. Some of you could go out a lot at night. Maybe you're partying more at night, or you're going to, for some of you, I don't know why, maybe it's because I heard the cars in the background, you could be going to like, what are they called? Not car shows, but car meetups, for those of you who drive like a specific kind of vehicle and you meet up with people who drive the same thing, or bikes, if you drive bikes. That's a very specific group, so I don't think it's going to be everybody, but regardless, you're meeting with people at night to do certain things. Some of you could be going out for street food more often, especially if it's getting warmer wherever you live. But something about the nighttime is really important here. With Blinded by the Light, I'm kind of wondering, for those of you who live in areas where like the sun doesn't set, I feel like the sun is going to be a lot brighter. I'm thinking specifically of like the north and south poles, whichever makes more sense here. With Saraswati, you're very creative. I feel like you're going to be very inspired this month to create certain things. You are overcoming certain obstacles with My Trauma Doesn't Make Me Less Lovable. I feel like you're learning to love yourself. It's kind of like you're coming out of this box that you've either put yourself in or other people have put you in. And with Revelation, I do feel like something is going to be revealed to you. I feel like it could be a confession of admiration or even love here for you, pile 1. I just feel like there's a lot of sunshine. There's a lot of bright energy, lots of fiery energy. Some of you could have you could be sun in Taurus, and I feel like the sun is going to be conjuncting your sun. This is the solar return, of course. So happy early birthday for my May babies. I am also a May baby. My birthday is the 18th. But interestingly, the 20th and then 29th could be important days here for you. Or maybe the 20th through the 29th could be like a time when this happens for you, which would actually make you more Gemini, like on the cusp of Taurus and Gemini. So I like this energy. I do feel like you're getting very creative though with Saraswati. She is the goddess of, amongst other things, music, writing, creativity. She's also a wisdom goddess. I keep forgetting that. A little bit of everything. And we do have the owl here. I feel like a lot of you're tapping into your wisdom this month. You're tapping into, if it's not your own wisdom, I feel like the wisdom of others is definitely enlightening you this month. It's like it's allowing you to come out of this box. I feel like I'm missing a card here, so I'm just going to take one from the Audacity deck because it just happened to be there. So for my pile ones, what does May have in store for them? We have the Hermit. So some of you could go into Hermit energy. This is number 19. Again, 19, 20 through 29. Something about the number 9 or like a difference of 10 could be important here. 9, 10. You could also be coming to completion on a project or on some sort of thing. I know a lot of people, like this is the end of the school year for them or the end of like a particular time. So that could be important here. But for a lot of you, you're getting closure on something, or you're about to end something so you can finally be free. And this allows you to be more creative. Again, I'm seeing the nighttime, and I'm seeing you like going places at night because it's getting warmer where you are, or something along those lines. I feel like the nighttime is going to be important for this particular pile. Yeah, so with that said, let's go ahead and move on to the tarot. I was trying to see if anything else wanted to come through. I do feel something will be revealed to you, but I'm getting a feeling that the tarot is going to give us something more specific for you, pile 1. So for my pile 1, we're going to start with the general messages for your tarot. For my pile 1, what's happening in the month of May? We have the 8 of Swords. We have the Moon. Again, things are being revealed. Things that you used to blind yourself to, or things that you were ignoring, especially red flags or any sort of situation that you were just, you were blinded to it. We have the 2 of Cups. This could have something to do with a partnership, a friendship, or somebody that you're really close to. We have the Queen of Swords. Your discernment is coming through strongly. And interestingly, we have the Queen of Swords in, you chose the owl as well. I associate the Queen of Swords with the goddess Athena, and owls are one of her animals. And the Sun, again with the Sun illumination. So something is coming to the light in May for you, pile 1, and it's going to be hard to ignore. You're going to be blinded by the light, literally. I feel like you're going to be blinded by something so obvious. And whatever this is, it does have to do with somebody in your life. It could be something romantic. It could be a friendship. It could just be any kind of close connection. It could even be family. But I feel like you're no longer ignoring. Again, it's like either red flags or situations. If you've been giving somebody favoritism, that could also be the case. That's not going to be everybody. But some of you, you've been letting things slide with certain people. And it's like you're no longer letting that... You're no longer letting that happen here, because I feel like this has been going on for too long. It's interesting that we have the Moon and the Sun here as well. I rarely get those two together. And with the Queen of Swords, it's like she's no longer being moved or swayed by emotion. With the 2 cups have been spilled. She's no longer thinking about how she feels about somebody. She's thinking logically and critically. It's like, okay, well, does this make sense for this to happen? There is something about self-respect here too, because the Sun is Leo energy, and Leo always asks us to take pride in ourselves, to value ourselves. The Moon is reflection, but it can also be secrets. I feel like this person has been hiding something from you, or hasn't been fully transparent or honest with you. For a lot of you, this doesn't even have to be something bad. This could also be recognizing that somebody here feels a certain way for you and they haven't come through. So whatever it is, it could be multiple things, honestly. I feel like you're no longer blinding yourself to the things that maybe were alarming in certain people. It's like, and maybe people or things around you have been trying to give you hints that this was not the right choice or that this is something bad, and you've just been ignoring it because you just want to, you want to give people the benefit of a doubt. You want to maybe some of you just want to follow your heart here, but it's no longer ignorable. Then we have the Eight of Cups. Yeah, you're no longer, you know why this is, pile one? You've been emotionally unavailable for some time, but now that you're becoming emotionally in tune with yourself, emotionally aware, emotionally available, it's like you're no longer putting up with this. A person who is emotionally mature doesn't put up with BS here from anybody. So loving this energy right off the bat. Very straight to the point as well. Let's go ahead and look at love and relationships, because for a lot of you, like I said, this does have to do with somebody that you are close to. For my pile, the cards got so stiff as soon as I said that. The cards are like, oh no, she's found this out. Oh my gosh. Okay. In love and relationships, some of you, I feel like you already know what this is, and I feel like you're just finding the empowerment to do so in May. We have the Two of Wands. This is options and opportunities. This is two people you're choosing between. We have the Ten of Cups. We have the Sun again. You're choosing yourself. You are choosing yourself, and when you choose yourself, you choose better. When you choose yourself, you choose things that make you happy, things that bring emotional satisfaction. It's like, I keep hearing get on my level or get out. And by level, we do mean the emotional maturity, the emotional consideration that you bring to a relationship or a connection or any friendship. We have the Five of Wands, and you don't want to fight. This is meant to be reversed. You don't want to fight, and I feel like rather than fight for this, you'd just rather let them do what they want to do, and if they choose that, you're just popping out of their life. That's what I'm seeing. It's like you're not fighting for this, you're just removing yourself where you need to be removed, or removing somebody where they need to be removed. I'm going to get two more cards for this one. We have the Nine of Wands. For a lot of you, I feel like you've had to defend this for some time. I'm hearing that Sabrina Carpenter song, the Please Don't Prove Them Right. I feel like somebody has proved them right, and now you have to get rid of them because it's not serving you to keep them around. It's not serving your ego. It's not serving your well-being, whether that's mental, emotional, or physical, to keep somebody around. This could be romantic or this could be platonic, like a friend. I feel like regardless, you know and understand what this is. We also have strength. You're overcoming something. Look, when you choose to value yourself, you allow certain things to go away. Again, strength is a Leo card, so lots of pride is coming through here. Somebody here could literally be a Leo, but I'm also being reminded how a Leo friend will always ask you to stand up for yourself. They will always defend you, and they expect you to stand proudly in your own energy, in your own strength, in your own confidence. I feel like for a lot of you, you're gaining confidence. The sun is shining brightly on you, and it's empowering you to choose better for yourself. And that includes seeing people out the door if they're not acting right, if they're not being in alignment with you. And this feels a little bit harsh, but honestly, for a lot of you, you have been letting this slide for far too long. You've been letting this person or people get away with this behavior or whatever this is for far too long. Back of the deck, we have the Nine of Swords. And a lot of you, you've cried over this far enough. Like you've sat in anguish, you've sat there wondering like what's wrong with you. And maybe for some of you, this wasn't even something you recognized. These people or this energy or this person could have been making you feel less, just less. They made you feel less. They made you feel insecure. They made you feel like you weren't enough. Whatever this energy is, I'm not here for it, pile one, and neither should you. Because I feel like something here has been disempowering you. And by you letting go of this, it's making you feel better, much better. And I do feel like this is both in your personal life and in your romantic life, and as well as with friends. So Yeah, it's coming to the light, and I'm not being shown specific examples. I just feel like you know what this is, and it's going to be this time. It's going to be this month when it happens, because Taurus, and I'll never forget the time my Gemini friend reminded me of this. Taurus does not put up with anything. We stand our ground. We fight for what we believe in. Doesn't matter what it is. And in this case, it's you fighting for yourself and your own dignity and your self-respect here. So absolutely love this energy, pile one. Let's go ahead and get the last section, which is career and finance. I do have to apologize for my voice. I'm still congested. I was sick over a week ago, and like my sinuses are just a little bit crazy. So for career and finance for my pile one, what's happening in their career, work, finance? We have the Star reversed. We have the King of Cups. We have the Ten of Wands. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have Strength again. This is really a month for your empowerment, pile one. I'll say that. This is going to be a great month for you. Because it doesn't matter what happens, you're like the star. You're the main character. This is main character energy. You're the star of the show. You're overcoming a lot as well. Lots of courage and Six of Cups. Okay, I love this in the workplace. Back of the deck, we have the King of Pentacles. So in the workplace, I feel like something happens where either you didn't get a promotion, a job, or people are just seeing you in the wrong light. Whatever this is, I feel like you were overlooked for something, or maybe somebody blames you, because the Star reversed is kind of like people are losing hope in you, which sucks. But here we have the King of Cups. King of Cups is somebody probably with more fatherly energy, or somebody who just has their like they care about you. This person is probably more like a friend. Like you may work with them or for them, but either they're a mentor or they're a friend. They honestly care about you, not just as a coworker, but also as a person. I feel like this person is going to help you out, because right next to that we have the Ten of Wands. So this person could be training you. This person could be giving you advice. I feel like somebody here really has empathy, sympathy for you. They really do care about where you're going and what's going on with you. This could easily be a friend, like a workplace friend that maybe becomes a friend outside of work. Maybe some of you work with close friends as well. And I feel like they're going to help you out with a lot, because the Knight of Pentacles lets me know that this is like a slow and steady pace that is going to get you somewhere in the workplace. With Strength, I feel like you're overcoming your weaknesses, especially if you're currently training or in a program to get from point A to point B within your workplace, or to up your skills. This person is going to help you out a lot, because they see that you're either not being represented well, or that you're not being seen in the wrong light, or that you're just like you might be missing certain things. Like there's a little bit of guidance that is being provided for you here in the workplace, which I really love. And then the Six of Cups, like I said, this person could be a friend. You could have multiple people who really do care about you in the workplace, which is very sweet. I feel like maybe for some of you, you spend so much time at work that it feels like a family, quite literally, because that's where you are all the time. But I see people like reaching out to you, being very sweet, kind, and generous to you at work because of something that happened or something that just went wrong. The Star reverse makes me wonder if you were overlooked for something like a promotion, or maybe you were put in a position that was not fair to you. It's kind of like everyone has their eyes on you and they're watching you. I don't want to say fail. I don't feel like you failed, but you're definitely not you're not producing like you're meant to, or you're not up to the speed that everybody thought you would be. They're seeing you and they have empathy and they're cheering you on, or at the very least this one person, or maybe a few people are doing this, because I do see more than one person. I feel like it could be one particular person. The masculine energy doesn't necessarily have to be a man. This is just somebody who's in charge, somebody in their masculine energy within the workplace. And a lot of times that can be women as well, because we do tend to be in our masculine energy if we are in higher up positions in the workplace. So yeah, I feel like the workplace is going to be very kind to you. Your career is going to be kind to you. Not much about finances other than do be careful with how you spend. And bottom of the deck, we had the King of Pentacles. So I do feel like there's somebody here who, I don't know if they're ignoring you. I don't know if they're just not recognizing you. They could be an earth sign. This does feel masculine. This does feel like a man. It's kind of like they're not acknowledging something that you are bringing up, or even your work or something here. It's kind of like they're ignoring you. I don't know why that is. Don't take it personally. It's just the workplace, but you will hear about it. You may hear from them or about them from like a second source, like somebody else is delivering the message rather than them directly. Very interesting. So with that said, let's go ahead and move on to your closing advice, your closing cards for the month of May, pile 1. But I'm loving the empowerment here. And I'm loving you saying goodbye to people who, again, you let them get away with far too much. It's not even that they did anything wrong. It's just that you're seeing how they are and you're just like, you know what? Forget this. I don't even think they did anything to you personally. It's just your values. Maybe they say something to somebody else or they post something online and you're just like, wow, I'm not for that at all. So for your closing cards, I'm actually going to do a yes/no oracle deck. So I'll give you some time to think of a yes or no question for the month of May. Let's start with some let go cards for my pile 1. Okay, this one wanted to pop out. Oh, I love her. She looks so pretty. We have stand in a garden and be thought-free for just a moment. So this could be asking you to meditate or to just let go of your mind. These little flowers in her hair made me think of jasmine. And if you've ever smelled jasmine flowers, they smell so fragrant and so beautiful. I absolutely adore them. So for some of you, the scent of jasmine could be important, or even jasmine flowers themselves. Or somebody here could be named Jasmine. I'm going to get another one. We have this one, and she is painting. Like I said, for some of you, you're going to be very creative this month. You're going to be very inspired. We couldn't know paradise if flowers refuse to release their fragrance. Give your gifts freely. Like I said, something about fragrant flowers could be important here, or you could decide to wear scents that are more floral. With give your gifts freely, I do see you sharing your creativity with the world, or you could be, some of you might already do this. Maybe you do this for social media, but some of you could be sharing it a little bit more prominently with the world. Let's get your evening mantra. Okay, these two wanted to come out. Obsessive comparison is only useful for online shopping. The truth is, we're all living 7.5 billion completely unique lives. So let's compare less and live more, okay? So yeah, I feel like you won't be comparing yourself to anybody anymore. Maybe something about comparison has become really toxic in your life, either because people were comparing you to somebody or you were comparing yourself to somebody else here. We also have, I deserve the highest level of peace I can imagine. Not really in the mood to settle for anything less. Also sleep and sweet dreams while we're at it. Yeah, you're not settling for less anymore, pile 1. I feel like you only deserve the best and you're choosing to only receive the best. So let's go ahead and get your yes/no cards for my pile 1. Is your question a yes or a no, or maybe something in between? Shed and release. Yeah, we're releasing things here. So it's not a yes or no. It's just about letting go here. We're just letting things go. And with that said, I conclude your reading. And thank you so much for letting me read for you, pile 1. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 2. If you chose the angel, then we have your reading here for you for the month of May. We're going to see what the month of May has in store for you, as well as get into the tarot, where we're going to see your general love, relationship, and career/finances. So I do have to apologize. I am still congested from being sick over a week ago. Maybe some of you also suffer from like seasonal allergies. I don't. I just get a little congested. I don't know. Maybe that is allergies. But for my pile 2. We have the angel, number 51. We have this flower. We have mimosas, appreciation. Give a billowing bunch of mimosa to the wonderful women in your life to signify sunny days to come. These bright yellow blossoms carry meanings of sensitive love, politeness, courtesy, and manners, as well as emotional security. They say, I appreciate all you do, and I value you in my life, and are a celebration of friendship and familial love. This is so sweet. I feel like some of you could be shown appreciation this month for sure. Especially with the angel card, somebody here could see you as an angel. We have this froggy card. I can be empathetic without being consumed by struggles that are not mine to carry. We have Archangel Gabriel, number 3. Self-expression, creativity, and the North Star. We have Anahata. I want to put that next to the appreciation. We have the fiddly fig. We have Metis, number 36, wisdom. And the vision. Okay, so pile 2, I feel like May is going to be a time of definitely people appreciating you, especially for everything that you provide. I feel like people are really coming around to acknowledging everything you do, especially when you give them insights into their life. I feel like there's something about wisdom here. Like, you share your wisdom with the world. It's not just the wisdom that you keep for yourself. Excuse me, pile 2. It's the wisdom that you are, it's almost like wisdom is a form of self-expression for you. You could be somebody who likes to talk a lot. You could be somebody who just likes to, it's not just about the conversation. It's not just about the chat. It's about what you learn through communicating with people. It's about what you learn. Maybe some of you are, maybe you're natural older siblings or people in positions of leadership where you like to impart your wisdom onto people. I say this as the oldest sibling in my sibling group. I'm naturally everybody's older sister. I have this habit of liking to look out for others. And I feel like you're the same here, pile 2. Either you will be stepping into this energy or you are already like this and people are expressing how much they appreciate this from you, because it comes from a place of you wanting to let people know that they are loved and accepted. But at the same time, you don't take on people's energies, especially with this card. I can be empathetic without being consumed by struggles that are not mine to carry. It's like you will be there for people, mostly in spirit, but also to give advice, also to be like somebody to listen. But you won't be somebody to carry people's burdens. You're not going to do everything for them. It's similar to like a healthy parent-child dynamic where you can impart your wisdom on them, but the child has to do their things on their own after a certain age. You know, you can't be mothering people well into adulthood. At some point, they have to take the words and advice and lessons that you've given them and implement that into their life. And I feel like you do this a lot for people. And if you've been feeling that you give far too much when it comes to this regard and nobody really gives you anything, I feel like you're going to start seeing, well, one, the acknowledgement of just how pivotal your advice and your presence is in people's lives. And two, you may see people even give some advice and wisdom back to you. Because with the vision, I do feel like a lot of you have, this is number 55. I feel like some of you have some sort of dream, some sort of goals and achievements you want to accomplish at some point, maybe before the age of 55. But I do feel like you have other things that you have to work on, and it's like you can't be there for everybody all the time. With the fiddly fig, I do feel like for some of you, it's not going to be everybody. I feel like you think and know and understand that it's time to move on from something, because if you notice the background of this card, it's on fire, and a fiddly fig will not grow in an environment that is not healthy or thriving. You know, a fiddly fig needs sun, air, water, not fire. So for some of you, this could be the end of something. I'm getting the feeling that some of you could be retiring if you're of that age. I don't know if there's places in the world where 55 is like a good age to retire. Even 51 here. Maybe some of you are nearing your 50s and you're thinking about retirement. And for some of you, this could just be like the end of the year. I'm thinking of like teachers or professors who at the end of the semester have a chance to take another semester off or have a few months off before they begin their teachings again. So I feel like for some of you, something is coming to an end. For some of you, this could actually be your job, your vocation, your career. It could also be a place of living. I feel like something here is coming to an end, and all you have left behind is your wisdom, your advice, the words that you have told people. But I feel like people are going to show their appreciation, because I keep being shown, like, at least where I live in the US, you know, classes come to an end around May, and kids will sometimes give, you know, gifts and presents to their teachers as a sign of appreciation. And sometimes as a sign of, you know, maybe to get those grades up. I'm not saying that I'm promoting that, but it does happen. But for a lot of you, I do feel like you're moving on to better things in May. Specifically when it comes to self-love, specifically if you've been feeling like you haven't been giving back enough to yourself, you're finally replenishing your cup, you're replenishing your energy in May, pile 2. It's time to give back to yourself. And I kind of truly love this energy. So with that said, if that is resonating, let's go ahead and move on to the tarot portion to see more specifically what's going to be coming up for you in May. I don't know if it's because of the card that you chose, pile 2, but I do have the song. It is an old song, and I don't know how many people listen to melodic metal, but it's called I Wish I Had an Angel. Not the theme of the song, like not the subject matter of the song, but somebody here wishes that they had an angel, and they definitely see you as an angel here. And I feel like they're going to miss you when you're gone. And now I'm hearing In the Arms of an Angel by Sarah McLachlan. So I feel like people do see you as an angel. People really do appreciate you. For my pile 2, what's happening in May? We've got the 3 of Pentacles reversed. 5 of Cups. Some of you are really happy that something is over or that you no longer have to deal with somebody. Like I said, if it's the end of a job or a career here, you're happy you're no longer going to have to deal with certain people. King of Swords. Some of you could be continuing your studies. Maybe some of you are quitting the workforce to go study something different. Ace of Cups. And 2 more. 9 of Pentacles and the Sun. So I do see a little bit of a... So the positive, you're no longer dealing with people that you have to constantly be vigilant about. You're happy you no longer have to deal with people that you have to watch your words. I feel like whatever environment you are leaving or that is no longer around you, you had to constantly be careful with your words. You had to constantly be vigilant about how you carried yourself, how you presented yourself, things you did. It's like somebody was always scrutinizing you. And I feel like you're finally letting this go. This King of Swords energy could be somebody who was just always watching you. It could also be you having to wisen up because of this person. I feel like you were constantly being judged even. The Ace of Cups lets me know that a lot of you, you're leaving people behind. And this is a group of people. So like I said, if it's a job, you're leaving behind a toxic work environment with toxic work people. If this is a neighborhood, you're leaving behind neighbors that you probably didn't care for. I'm thinking of like houses with HOAs and how some nosy neighbors are like, oh, that house has this, and this going on. Let me report them to the HOA. Some of you are just tired of being, or even like in an apartment complex, same thing. Maybe they were always complaining about you for whatever you were doing. The only thing I do see kind of worrying you is that you don't know whether this next endeavor is something that is going to be prosperous or not, because the 9 of Pentacles is reversed. So yes, you're on your own. Yes, you're moving on, but you don't know how much things are going to cost. You don't know if you're going to afford something. You don't know if you're something that's going to suit your needs. But the Sun lets me know that you're positive about this anyway. You have a very happy-go-lucky attitude and you're very positive about the situation. I also see you being more charismatic and presenting yourself. I'm thinking of like Leo energy, where you're presenting your best self, where you are shining brightly, where your character, you are coming off as like very, very prominent. This is main character energy. So it's like, yes, you're leaving behind a lot of things, but you're very positive about the situation. It's almost like whatever is ahead of you, you're looking forward to the future and you're just grateful you don't have to deal with the past anymore. Whatever you had to deal with, it's in the past. It's no longer something that's going to bother you. This does feel a little lonely with the Ace of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles reversed, but you would rather be alone than in bad company. I feel like, again, you're very much grateful that you don't have to deal with awful people. This is very much like you'd rather be single than in a relationship where nothing is being met, or you would rather work on yourself, work by yourself than work with people who are awful. So wonderful independent energy here, pile 2. Let's go ahead and get your cards for romance and relationships. I forgot to look at the bottom of the deck. So 3 of Swords. For some of you, this could be a little heartbreaking, but I'm not getting that strongly. It's like, yes, it sucks, but it's better than staying somewhere where you're not appreciated. It's better than staying in an environment that isn't healthy for you. And it's better than, it's like, it sucks to move on, but you'd rather move on than stay stuck. Yeah, Queen of Swords. You're using logic here. This has nothing to do with how you feel. This has nothing to do with what they can offer you. This is all about your mental health and mental priorities. 4 of Swords, Three of Cups. And there are better things coming ahead for you. There are better environments that are more suited to the kind of person that you are. It's kind of like if you're heartbroken, it's not really showing, pile two. You have a very cheery disposition this month regarding all of this. So for my pile two, romance and relationships, love and relationships, we have Ace of Cups. How is this meant to be taken? Upwards. Yeah, like I said, you're going to be meeting new people. I also see you being re-inspired by new things. Like wherever you're moving to, wherever you're going on to, it's bringing back your soul. It's bringing back new things. Like if you kind of forgot what you used to be inspired by, if you forgot what you used to work so hard for, you're going to be reminded of this. For some of you, it could be more time spent with like your family, if you have one. We have the Tower. I feel like you make an unexpected friendship, or even like an unexpected, if you're single, an unexpected date, an unexpected declaration of love. Temperance. Oh, wow. Six of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. One thing you are healing from is the fact that some people may have promised you so much in the past and how it made you feel less than. It's like they would promise you these things, and because they didn't come through, it made you feel less than. It made you feel like you weren't worthy of something. This is like, and I know people don't mean this when they do this. Like there's a lot of people who they like to promise things like, oh, hey, let's do this in the future. Oh, we can do this weekend. People who future fake. And I see this with everybody. Like I know people who are friends who like to do this, or people who, you know, when they drink, they get a little too happy, a little too optimistic, and they make all these plans. That's what I'm seeing. And for some of you, believe it or not, I feel like it has actually impacted you, even on a very subconscious level. It's like, well, they keep saying all these things, but they don't mean it. You're healing from that. This probably came from a time when you were a child. You know how parents will say anything to get their kids to calm down or their kids to behave a certain way? That's where future faking originates from. It's trying to keep somebody happy in the moment, and whatever the future has, who cares? You know, they honestly don't care. Again, I don't feel like people have any malicious intent when they do this, or, you know, when they say these things. I do feel like their heart is in the right place, but what they forget is that some people do take every word that somebody has to say here very literally, or they do hang on by words here. And some people just spew words like they mean nothing. And I feel like for you, pile two, words do mean something. So you're definitely healing from the people who just future fake, who promise you these things that are never going to happen, who say things just to keep you, you know, happy in the moment, but have no intention of following through. Or even if they did have intention of following through, it like they don't actually want to. So for a lot of you, you're undoing these patterns, or you're just not taking people for their word anymore. And it's, again, we keep having the Three of Swords here because a lot of you, you're really reassessing what your environment has to offer you and whether you want to put up with that or not. Because the Eight of Pentacles, it's you realizing your worth. The Eight of Pentacles is the fruits of your labor. And it's like, you know, you deserve better than people who have nothing positive to say, or nothing worth of substance to say, no integrity here. And I feel like a lot of you are manifesting people with integrity, not just romantic relationships, not just, you know, a job, but people of integrity, regardless of what's going on. You just want people who won't mess with you, essentially. So wonderful energy. You are stepping into your power here. But I do feel like you do meet somebody by chance with the Tower here and the Ace of Cups, because this is very unexpected energy. I feel like it's somebody new. It's not somebody from the past. It's right next to Temperance. They could be a Sagittarius. But overall, I see you healing when it comes to love and relationships. So with that said, let's move on to career and finance. This literally makes me think, I mean, this is Howl's moving castle here in the Ace of Cups. And in the movie, Howl kind of just comes upon Sophie by chance. Like she's just walking home and she's got these creepy guys following her or something. And he's just like, oh, hey, there you are. So it could easily be a meeting like that where you meet with somebody and it feels like you already know each other, or like you vibe so well right away that you feel like you've known each other forever. This would be like meeting a stranger at a store And people may think that you're like best friends, but really you just met each other like a minute ago and you're just talking about your favorite things, like whatever you're buying. This is what this feels like. But this has the potential to be something that is like an actual friendship here. Only if you're okay making friends with strangers. Pile 2. Let's go ahead and get career and finance for you. We have the Sun. We have the 8 of Pentacles. Lots of repeating cards here. The Fool. Ace of Pentacles. Okay, if you're looking for a new job, you're coming off as really great. You're coming off as somebody full of promise, full of hope. They really do see you as a viable candidate for something here. So if you're looking for a job, it's pretty much, you look really great on paper and you come off really wonderful as well. You're putting your best foot forward. So new job for you, pile 2, if you're looking for it. The Chariot reverse. But there could be some delay in either the onboarding process, or maybe you have to wait a little bit before you actually get hired. Like maybe they give you the job, but you won't start for another month or so. And 3 of Swords reversed. Okay, lots of 3 of Swords. If the 3 of Swords came because you had to leave behind the job, I feel like this new job will make you forget all about that. Similar to dating, where like if you break up with somebody, you meet somebody else like right away who makes you forget all about your heartbreak. But in this case, it has to do with your career. In this case, it has to do with your job and financial opportunities as well. Back of the deck, Ace of Wands. And this is going to be something, again, it fuels your creativity. It makes you remember why you started doing the things that you wanted to do. Especially if you stay in the same career field, but you switch companies or you switch employers or you just switch the way you do it. You're going to start remembering why you did what you did. For example, if you work in the healthcare field, maybe you really do want to help people and help heal them and help them through whatever ailments they have. However, maybe your former employer made you forget all about that because it was all about paperwork, bureaucracy, etc. But this new one makes you remember why you did it, like why you came into this field. Maybe it's a little bit more heart-centered. Maybe it's more about the people. So for a lot of you, May is going to be a month of, first of all, this is a very realistic kind of reading. I feel like a lot of you are very level-headed. Career-wise, finance-wise, everything's going to be great. There might just be a little bit of a delay, but it's going to help you get over a past situation. It's going to help you move forward. It's going to help you stay looking at the future as well. And when it comes to people, when it comes to love and relationships, you're meeting new people and you're making sure to get rid of people who do nothing but promise you the world and give you nothing. No more breadcrumbing here. No more false hope. So yeah, I'm loving this energy for you, pile 2. Let's go ahead and move on to your closing advice to see what else the month of May has in store for you. And happy birthday to my May babies. My birthday is the 18th. Those of you wanting a reading, a private reading, personal reading, I will close it around that same day because I'm going to take the last week for my birthday off. So yeah. I'm going to do a yes/no question. So I'm going to leave this deck here. I'll give you some time to think of your question. We're going to go ahead and do the other cards while we wait for that. So for my pile 2, what closing advice do we have for the month of May? We have this one. Oh, this is so... Okay, I love that it looks like she's like in a sauna, or not a sauna, a hot tub, or in like some hot water, a hot springs. Because like I said, I'm taking my last week off in May, and I'm going to be going somewhere where there is a hot spring. So maybe some of you are also going there. That was then, this is now. Let go of last year, last week, and yesterday, and live in the moment. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're letting go of what, you're leaving something behind and literally letting it go, letting it stay where it is, and you're looking forward to the future. You're going to be in the moment. You're going to be in the now pile 2. I almost said pile 3. Maybe some of you are going to go onto that pile as well. And this one. You are willing and able and won't give in or stop hoping. Enjoy your journey to love. For a lot of you, this journey to love starts with loving yourself and loving what you do for a living. I feel like for a lot of you, you've been reassessing like your life purpose, your life goals, even if your career is somehow tied to your life purpose, you've definitely been reassessing that. Let's get some evening mantras for pile 2. Oh. I speak to and about myself the way a best friend would, minus the hair braiding. And at the end of the day, I'm the best damn bestie I have, minus the hair braiding. Maybe some of you are going to go braid your hair and it's going to be like an enlightening experience. But I do feel like you're going to be talking to yourself in a much more positive way. Because like I said, for some of you, the only reason you even felt any negative way about yourself was because these people or this environment from the past made you feel like you weren't worthy, or made you feel like you didn't deserve anything positive here. Let's go ahead and get your yes no question though. Let's get it answered for pile 2. Your magic is potent. Yes, look, this is manifestation at its best. You are manifesting something really amazing, something really strong. Not only that, but you may notice that your manifestation skills have kind of up-leveled to a I want to say an alarming degree. So maybe you're kind of being careful with what you manifest here, pile 2. But this is where I leave it. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 3. If you chose the tigress, then we have your reading here for you about the month of May. We're going to see what the month of May has in store for you, and then we're going to go into the tarot to see more specifically what your general love, relationship, and career and finance readings are. So you have number 27, tigress. Some of you could be 27, or the 27th of May could be important. Of course, I also love tigers. Maybe some of you are year of the tiger. So let's look at your oracles. So far, you've gotten the most out of any pile. With including 3 Audacity cards. We have the Audacity, the actual Audacity, pile 3. We have the Mother and the Empress, which is, to me, another way of viewing the Mother, because the Empress in Tarot is very motherly, nurturing energy. I mean, some of you could literally be mothers, and that could be coming into play here. Also, in the US, where I live, in other parts of the world, Mother's Day is in May. So maybe some of you, Mother's Day could be important this year. We have Pita. Lots of fiery energy, and I'm not surprised because I was kind of getting that, especially with the tigress, and just like tapping into this energy for this pile was giving me like a burst of energy. And Kriya. We also have these flowers, phlox, unity. Phlox is the Greek word for flame, and these fiery characters are known and adored for their clustered, brightly colored flowers. Heartwarming sentiments of souls being united, and it was once believed that it could be used to cast friendship and relationship spells. It can also mean agreement and understanding. Why not use it to celebrate a new partnership? I feel like some of you could be making new friends this month, or you could be making a new partnership. Somebody's mother or Empress energy could be important here. I do feel some of you could be meeting somebody's mom, or maybe for some of you, if you're already a mother, this is going to be important within your relationship. Not everybody, of course, but some of you could find out that you're pregnant this month. Like I said, not everybody, but I'm just thinking of personal experiences where I knew people who found out they were pregnant, I think around May or close enough to May. One of my moms, when my sister got pregnant, my Mother's Day gift to her, I joked about it. I was like, happy Mother's Day, you're getting your first grandchild. So I remember that. I don't know why that story was coming through, so maybe some of you have a similar story. We have my trauma doesn't make me less lovable. We have Yuki Onna, stillness, number 52. We have Archangel Metatron, spiritual power, sacred geometry, and esoteric wisdom, number 16. And the temple. Several things. Let me just call out the numbers because they all feel like they're important. We have 27, 11, 17, 23, 39, 16, and 52. So these could be important ages. Just because I feel like for some of you, these numbers could be of importance. Archangel Metatron and the Empress in this card have a very similar color scheme, this black and purple. Maybe somebody likes those colors here. I will read from the book for Kriya, but Pitta is a I'll read from the book for that as well, but I forget what they're called. But there's 3, they're kind of like elements in Ayurveda. But let me just read from the book. So from the book, I'm going to start with Kriya. Effortless flow, Life feels like a river that you are graciously floating down with ease. You are on the path to your dharma, highest purpose, and doors are opening for you. One connection leads to another, and things are moving at high speed, Kriya. Don't feel overwhelmed. This is how life is meant to be experienced. When you are in Kriya, everything requires far less effort. The universe is propelling you in the direction of your dharma and providing you with assistance to fulfill the very important role you play. You no longer have to push, but rather can surrender to the great forces at play. This makes a lot of sense because I was always, at least from my spiritual journey, like my spiritual lessons that I've learned, is that when things are flowing easily and fast and quickly, then things are going in alignment for you. I feel like for a lot of people, especially those people who are like very healthy, very in tune with their bodies, they just move faster, they move quickly. And I see this at every age of people. I will know when people are in alignment or at the very least healthy or in proper, they're right where they need to be with their bodies, because their bodies will be less achy. They're not going to have any ailments. They heal quicker. Things just move quicker. And they also physically move faster. Just think of like a healthy person, regardless of their age. They're going to move a little faster than the average person. So for a lot of you, I mean, your body could be catching up to speed, but I feel like things are just going to flow very effortlessly for you. There's not going to be any obstacles this month. I feel like you're going to learn. Um, there's something about your fiery spirit that is really propelling this forward. You're really going after things because, like I said, Pitta is fiery energy, and let me go ahead and read for that one. The fiery dosha, powerful, strong-willed, and feisty. Fire and water are the two most powerful elements that can create and destroy anything. Together, they create Pitta, which is empowering you today. You are in a determined place in your life. You know what you want, and a fire has been set under your seat to achieve it. Yeah. There's something here about you going after the things you want, which doesn't surprise me because even tigers make me think of fiery energy. I'm thinking of Leo energy, but I'm also thinking of Year of the Tiger. Maybe some of you are Year of the Tiger, or that year could be important. With Mother and Empress, it could be for those of you who are mothers or who are pregnant, like motherhood is going to move you forward in life, or it's going to propel you to do certain things. And I do see this a lot with women who start businesses when they quit their job or take a break from their job or career to start a new business or to start new endeavors. I think I can't remember if the creators of this deck actually did this, but there's something here about motherhood, about starting your family, that is actually going to prepare you for bigger things in life. With Flux Unity, a lot of you could also be finding your people. You could be finding your community here. And a lot of you are in very divine alignment, believe it or not. Because with Stillness, the Temple, and you're releasing traumas that have held you back in the past. Archangel Metatron is a very powerful archangel, very protective. I'm being asked to read from the book for him, believe it or not. From the book, it says, I'm going to read down here. It is time to step into your own true spiritual power. Children around you may need extra support and care for your own inner child. Gift yourself some quiet time for reading, studying, and reflection. Work with sacred geometry in meditation, visualization, energy healing, and spell work. Work with the symbol of Metatron's cube, a sacred three-dimensional cube containing the 5 platonic solids that symbolize the building blocks of the universe. I feel like a lot of you are coming into an understanding of what your role is in the world, of what your role is. For a lot of you, you're also kind of stepping into this like take no crap, take no nonsense kind of mother energy, because mother energy is Empress energy. A lot of you are stepping into very powerful divine feminine energy, and it might feel masculine, but it's truly not. After all, we have the tigress here. It's like a feminine expression of very powerful energy that a lot of you are not used to, because I feel like typically that's attributed to masculine energy. And if you're masculine, you can still take this, but it's kind of like, you know how we see our mothers as powerful? That's the energy I'm seeing here. Think Wonder Woman, think of like very feminine. What the difference is between like a man and woman here is that this brings more unity, this brings more empathy, this brings more heart to the situation. It brings a lot of nurturing as well. This is very powerful energy, pile 3, and I'm having a hard time describing it, but I'm loving what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling. You're going to unite people through your feisty, fiery energy. And the fact that it's very feminine, or that it appeals to the feminine senses, is only going to make it that much more strong, that much more powerful. Some of you, like I said, working with Metatron, or even this Metatron cube, which is actually the symbol he has on his shirt. I wish you could see the whole thing. Could be important. I used to use this as like a protection symbol. So maybe some of you have this tattooed as well. That would be an awesome tattoo, actually. With the temple and stillness, you are combining this with aspects of your spirituality to be something and somebody very unique to your community and to the people around you. I do see people supporting you in every sense of the word because of what you bring. This fiery, nurturing energy. Maybe some of you have moon in a fire sign. So moon in Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Or you could be a combination of like water and fire within your astrological chart. But that said, I want to get to the tarot because I'm very curious as to what you have going on this month, pile 3. Very interesting energy, that's for sure. So we're going to start with the general reading. And I do apologize for my voice. I'm still a little congested, even though I was sick a week ago. Pile 3. Some of you could be in the public eye, and I do see people admiring you. Maybe some of you are coming from pile, I forget which pile it was, but there was one about appreciation. Okay, we have the Two of Swords. The High Priestess. Oh, I love this. A lot of you, you're very divinely guided. You're very connected to spirit. You're very spiritual. You're very intuitive. You're very psychic. And your intuition tells you who to talk to and who not to talk to. Who to tell what and how to say it. Like a lot of you, insanely divinely guided. It's kind of no surprise here. And your intuition is strong this month. Because our intuition does go through like waves of sometimes being on point and sometimes not being as on point. We have the Five of Cups. I'm hearing there's no use in crying over spilled milk here. So you will mourn something to give it its respectful mourning phase, but you won't cry over more. You're not going to cry over things that don't really deserve your emotional energy. We have the King of Cups. Maybe for some of you, this has to do with like a former lover or maybe a father figure. You know what I'm getting? Let me get the last card. The Star, yeah. Back of the deck. 10 of Wands. I'm getting that scene from Coco, the movie, the Disney movie Coco, where Miguel is explaining his family history about how, you know, is it his grandfather or great-grandfather? I can't remember. Left the family, and his grandmother, great-grandmother, Mama Coco, she's like, she had no time to cry, or whoever it was, it's like, yeah, her husband left and she didn't have any time to mourn. She didn't have time to cry. She had kids to feed. She had a business to start. She had stuff to do. That's what I'm seeing for a lot of you. It's like, if anything happens in your life, if there has been any past problem, breakup, situation that ended, it's like you don't have time to sit there and mourn. You might be sad for a day or a few hours, and it's like, okay, I gotta get moving, I gotta get going, I have stuff to do. You don't have time, emotional energy to waste on anything here, pile 3. I absolutely love this energy, because maybe there is somebody who disappointed you, maybe there is somebody who let you down, but you're like, okay, whatever, time to move on. If you're in the dating sphere right now, if you're dating, it's kind of like, oh no, somebody rejected me, somebody ghosted or bailed on a date. It's like, okay, whatever, time to move on, because you've got too much to worry about. You've got far too much to think about here. It's like you're not gonna waste your time and energy on people who aren't worth it. The 10 of Wands lets me know that you're busy. You've got plenty of things to do. Queen of Cups reversed. Yeah, maybe you're not paying attention to your emotions right now. You'll worry about that another day. Interesting that both the King and Queens of Cups are reversed here. So for a lot of you, emotions are kind of not your thing this month, the Tower. Yeah, because you've got other things to worry about, maybe even unexpected things here. But you're not worrying about this. You may be blocking somebody. You may just be cutting off people, cutting contact, or even avoiding conversations that you know are not going to be great. This could be like avoiding an argument or avoiding a confrontation because you've got other stuff to worry about. Your intuition is letting you know that, yeah, you're right in not worrying about this right now. Focus on the positive. Focus on what's going to get you ahead. You've got too much fire within you to sit around and cry about things. And I feel like for a lot of you, this fire doesn't come around too often. Maybe for some of you it does. Maybe for some of you, this is naturally how you are. But for a lot of you, this fire doesn't come around often. You're like, let me take advantage of this energy I have right now to get myself to a better place. And I'll cry about these things another day. I'll worry about these things. I'll mourn these things another day. Like I said, maybe some of you really do have a fire moon, because I see this a lot with people with fire moons. Like, even when they do mourn things, it's not forever. Like, they don't take days, weeks, months to get over something. They just move on. And yeah, I love this energy for you. So let's move on to relationships, love and romance, love and friendships. Pile 3. And Aquarius could be important here, or somebody could be Aquarius, which makes sense. Aquariuses don't really mourn things too often or for too long. They just move on to the next thing. We've got 2 of Wands. We have the World. Okay, we have Judgment. Yeah, an unexpected decision, final decision is coming through here. We have the 4 of Wands. We have the Chariot. Some of you could be traveling, because the World and the Chariot makes me think of travel, and the 4 of Swords reversed. Like I said, you're not really worried when it comes to love and relationships. The Hierophant reversed. So this could be either romantic or platonic. It could be a friend, it could be a lover. But I see you making like a really strong connection with one person. It's like you're pairing up with a person. More likely that you already know. This doesn't really feel like new energy, because the World lets me know that you're both coming to like a sort of conclusion. Like maybe you'd made plans with somebody, or maybe you had decided on something, but you and somebody come together rather quickly. It's not out of nowhere. I feel like you already saw this coming, but you come together and you have a lot of fun. You could be traveling together, or you could just be deciding to like get away with each other. Like maybe you decide to have like if this is your friend, this could be like a girls or a guys weekend, or like a little small trip. If this is a romantic partner, this could be like the both of you getting away and doing something. If it is a romantic partner, this is not committed. This is like somebody you're dating, or somebody that you are, you know, still trying to get to know, or in the very early phases of a relationship. So, because there is like a sense of secrecy here with the Hierophant reverse, letting me know that maybe people wouldn't approve, or people just don't know about this yet. Like there's no commitment here, but there is a lot of fun. So this is more likely like a friendship than anything. But for a few of you, just a few of you, this could be like a romantic fling that you decide to have over a weekend, over a week. This is something small. And what the potential of this is not really revealed, because you don't care. You're living in the moment when it comes to love and relationships. I feel like you're just deciding to live in the moment. You're having fun with people. This could be spontaneous as well. I have a hard time believing that. I feel like you will have planned this just enough to know that you already kind of had this in mind. Maybe you had talked about this previously before, and you decide last minute, hey, let's go do this. Or again, if this is like a romantic relationship, I feel like you decide to get away with somebody. Nothing sneaky. I do feel like you're keeping it private and like to yourself, but nothing sneaky, nothing crazy here. This would be like 2 single people who don't yet know if they want a relationship, but they do want to spend more time together. So they decide to just like hang out with each other, spend some quality time together for like a weekend or so. But for most of you, this will be friends. Like I said, friends that get away for like a weekend or something, on a girls trip or on a little day trip or something like that. So I'm loving it. It's very fun energy. However, this is going to be very pivotal, because you're going to find out something very important either about this person or yourself, or the both of you, on this little escapade, if you will. So take that as it resonates. I actually kind of love that. Let's go ahead and get your career and finance for my pile 3. I have a hard time sitting in this pile. Usually when I do my readings, I'll take a moment to sit because I want to like really tap into the energy. But here I don't want to sit, but my body's tired. So you have a lot of great energy, pile 3. Queen of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles reversed. A card just fell on the floor. 2 cards, Justice and 2 of Wands. Am I meant to take these reversed or, okay, Justice is upright. And this, okay, the 2 of Wands keeps pointing forward. There's going to be a choice you have to make in the future about your career and or finances. And for some of you, this could be your assets. If you own something that is like really expensive or that is costing you money, I'm thinking like of a car, a house, a boat. For some of you, I keep seeing a boat. Maybe you inherited somebody's boat or like a motorcycle, some sort of vehicle that you probably don't use, but somebody either gave it to you or you inherited it. This is what I mean by assets. But you're gonna have to make a decision about this in the near future. So not right now. You could inherit it this month or you could come about it this month. And in the future, you will have to make a decision. Maybe some of you are wanting to buy something. This could also be an RV for some of you. It's some sort of recreational vehicle or a thing that is not necessary. Maybe even a plot of land. You're going to have to make a decision about it in the future. And the 7 of Wands, back of the deck. 8 of Cups. Okay. So when it comes to your career and finances, I'm seeing this a few ways. I'm not really seeing much of the workplace, but the Queen of Pentacles lets me know a lot of you have saved up enough money for something here, or you have enough, like your finances are well off because you've nurtured your money. I know that sounds weird, but take this from an earth sign. I'm a Taurus. Like growing your money is something that is very much possible. I feel like some of you are either learning to do this or you have already done this. This would be like putting your money into an account that is going to grow, or investing in things that are going to make your finances grow, or just something worthwhile. So some of you have done this, but I feel like because you've done this, you're willing to spend a little more. And this is not professional financial advice, by the way. I do need to preface this by saying that I'm just going off of what I know personally. Also, I live in the US, so maybe finances here work a little differently than from where you live. So let me give you that disclaimer. But I do feel for a lot of you, financially, things are actually going to be okay. Financially, things are going to be fine. But you do have something that you have to either sell or buy in the future. And the universe is kind of letting you know to take accountability for that. Because the 7 of Wands reverse may mean that maybe you don't want to talk about it right now. Maybe you don't want to see it. Or maybe somebody is like thrusting this upon you. For example, this could be like, maybe you have a family member who wants you to sell their house for them, or a family member who wants you to sell their car for them. Be smart about this and make sure you're fair. The Justice card especially, it's like if they want you to put in work into something, make sure that you are getting compensated for it as well. Because if they're going to make money off of this, then ask them, well, can I get a bit of a cut since I am putting some effort into this? And that's only fair. For a lot of you, this is finance. I'm not really getting career. Career-wise, if I see anything, I just feel like you're just leaving your emotions out of your workplace. It's like you don't care how you feel. You're just there to get a paycheck, getting your paycheck, making sure you're being treated fairly, and that's it. Because the 7 of Wands is like an individual or a character here who doesn't want to do the work that they need to do in order to get what they need. This would be like you're with coworkers who want to work less and have you take on more, or have you do the same amount of work even though everybody's getting paid the same. Or worse yet, people who are making way more money who want to do less work and they expect you to do more. And I get that sometimes that's a thing with seniority and with people in higher up positions. However, I'm talking specifically about people whom you started at the same time. You do the same amount of work, you have the same amount of skill and experience. Somehow they expect you to do more. Make sure you're standing up for yourself when it comes to how you're being compensated monetarily. Very different from the past piles. It's always the career and finance section that is so different in all these piles. Even if everything else is the same in like generic and relationships, it's always career. 8 of Cups. You're not worrying about finances this month. I feel like you don't want to, you don't have to. You will in the future, but right now it's like, let me take a break from thinking about money for a minute. Let me take a break from even thinking about the economy. I'll worry about that next month. And I think that's good. I feel like you need to take a break mentally from certain things so that you don't get so wrapped up in its energy and that it like, you know, brings you down. So this is what I'm seeing, pile 3. Let's go ahead and move on to For some of you, if you are traveling like out of your country, I feel like you will be kind of checking to see the currency rates, because I know at least me checking currency right now, because like I said, I live in the US, it's a little bit all over the place. And I know a lot of people travel in May and like in the summer months in the Northern Hemisphere. So do keep an eye on currency exchange here, depending on where you're going, or even just the cost of living where you're going, because that could impact things here. So with that said, let's move on to your closing messages. I'm going to do a yes/no reading. So go ahead and think of your yes/no question, and I will pick that in a moment. Let's go ahead and get the let go cards for you for my pile 3. We have this one. You are willing and able and won't give in or stop hoping. Enjoy your journey to love. There is like a relentless, tireless energy to this pile, and I absolutely love it. Pile 3, what do you do? Because I need a little bit of this every morning. It feels like a cup of coffee, and I don't drink coffee anymore, but it's like you give such great energy. We also have this one. Let go of the old tales and write your own adventure story. Some of you, you're about to go on an adventure, or you're going to have something really fun planned. It could be unexpected, it could be expected, but regardless, there's something really fun up ahead for you. I'm going to get your evening mantra card. This is so cute. I am safe, so I love with a doors wide open heart. I melt my walls and become my most vulnerable basket of bunny self, knowing that's a super lovable part of me. For a lot of you, you just have so much love to give. You are safe. And when you feel safe, when you've been in an energy of feeling safe, it's easier for you to love. And I feel like, yeah, you're going to be embracing this month. This month is just going to be very fun for you, pile 3, regardless. Let's go ahead and get your yes/no question. Okay, you got 2 cards. Stand in your power, which I feel like you will be this month. I've been feeling that the entire reading. And then definitely not. So there's something here that is a no, but you have to stand in your power anyway. There's something here that is a no because you have decided you don't want it. I love this for you, pile 3. Whatever is a no is probably a blessing in disguise anyway. But this is where I leave it, pile 3. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 4. If you chose the heart, then we have a reading here for you for the month of May. We're going to see what the month of May has in store for you, as well as any themes that could come through. And then we're going to go into the tarot to see what your general love, relationship, and career and finance predictions will be. So you got the heart, number 44. Number 44 could be a master number for you, which does equate to 8. Also, this is the pile 4, and I didn't even recognize that whenever I chose the cards for this reading. The heart does make me think of the heart chakra, but more than anything, I think of passion. So there's something about your passions coming through here. So let's go ahead and look at your pre-selected oracles. We have Atman. We have this ranunculus, attraction. If you're harboring a secret crush, ranunculuses are the perfect way to reveal your true feelings. Their meanings include charm, attraction, commitment, and everlasting love, and say, I hold you close to my heart. They grow in a range of colors from pure chaste white to fiery reds and popping passionate pinks. So, oh my god, I need to read this next part. The name originates from the Latin rana, meaning frog, and unculus, meaning little. So technically this flower means little frog, and I even have my little frog oracle here. So for some of you, frogs could be important. Maybe frogs are like a symbol for some of you. Which I never thought about that, because rana also means frog in Spanish. That's awesome. We learned something today, pile 4. So we also have I will be gentle with myself. This is so cute. Maybe some of you are working on your splits, because same sis, I'm working on my splits here. We have Aryanhod, time. Some of you could be coming from pile 3, since we have the number 3 here. And then we have Archangel Ratziel, mystery, secrets, protected knowledge. And we were talking about secret crushes. I kind of want to make a space for that over here. Either you could be having a secret crush, or maybe somebody has a secret crush on you. Maybe this is a month of like of confessions coming through, or maybe somebody finding out that somebody is into you, or vice versa. We have the burned bridge. Oh my goodness. And Thanatos. Okay, so several things here. I'm going to read from the book for Atman though. So Atman or Atman, infinite aspect of the soul. Blessed soul, you have now begun to see glimpses of divinity that exist within you, and there's so much more to experience. You are filled with limitless potential and have realized that the only obstacles that exist are within the mind. You have reached a deeper connection to your highest self, the immortal aspect of your existence, the very seat of your soul, Atman. Your meditation has unveiled hidden depths to your true being and allowed you to experience the vastness that exists inside you. Okay, I'm going to stop there because I was getting this download that for some of you, the people you are attracted to are revealing a lot about you. Because I feel like, yes, we can talk about your crush, secret crushes or whatever. But sometimes, you know, when you find out about something about your crush, you kind of like, you lose interest, or maybe you see them do or say something and it's just not your thing. Or you come to a realization that the only reason you liked them was because they reminded you of somebody from your past or something else. That's what I'm getting. So some of you, you're recognizing, first of all, you're tapping into your higher self very strongly. And if you came from my higher self reading, which I'm not sure if I have released it yet or not, I don't know when I'm going to release this. But for some of you, I feel like you're tapping into your higher self, and your higher self is reminding you of something here. But there's also like, this is going to be something weird to explain, but I have to say it. Whenever I was tapping into my higher self and doing a deep emotional relationship, heart space cleansing and clearing, I went through like a whole week where I was just like purging like all my past relationships and anybody that I'd ever had like a emotional or romantic attraction or attachment to. I had a crush on nobody. I was interested in nobody. Not because they weren't worthy of being interested in. It's just I was waiting for what would show up for me. Maybe this is like a sign to do this again, pile 4, or maybe it's a sign for me to do it again. But I went through a huge purge and I was just happy and content with myself. For a lot of you, this could be the case. Because with this card, I will be gentle with myself. I feel like for some of you, it's like you're almost developing a secret crush on yourself. It's like maybe you've always liked yourself and it's coming through. I know that sounds cheesy, but yeah, I don't know why I'm getting that. But for some of you, we're literally dealing with crushes here. Especially if you're interested in somebody or somebody coming through. With time, Thanatos, and burned bridge, I'm hearing that it's about time some of you burned a bridge, because Thanatos is, it's the underworld. I will read from the book for that because I don't want to misrepresent it. So from the book, Thanatos is death. It is tempting to oversimplify death and sum it up as transformation, but the true archetypical resonance of Thanatos cannot be easily assimilated or contained. Death is ongoing and omnipresent, an eternal response to the gift of birth, witnessing the ending of another being. Creature, phase, or stage has deep consequences for the psyche. We are forever changed by Thanatos as it sweeps us under its wings, making us relinquish control in every form. It leaves a mark of ash upon our heart, signifying we have touched the cusp of the underworld and will return to the land of the living eventually with more compassion and wisdom to share. So, like I said, some of you, you're putting certain ideals or certain mentalities to rest here. And I feel like that goes along with the burned bridge. For some of you, this would be like, and I know this isn't everybody, but I think some of you might resonate with this. If you've had like a very long time crush on somebody, you're finally letting it go because it's like, well, whatever. It's I've had these feelings for a long time, nothing's come of it. Or maybe this person is involved with somebody and you thought maybe at some point they would break up, but you're like, no, they seem happy together. I don't care about that. Let me just let it go. Or this could be just releasing. I feel like you're finally putting something to rest here, pile 4, and you're burning that bridge. there's several shows that kind of have this where like somebody has had like a thing for somebody for a long time and they finally let it go because it's like, yeah, well, whatever, it's not healthy to keep this. For some of you, it couldn't even been an obsession or something along those lines, but you're letting it go, you're putting it to rest. But for some of you, there could be other developments here. So take whichever resonates. This could also be putting the concept of time to rest. Like if some of you feel like you have had time constraints or that time is passing you by or something along those lines, I feel like you're releasing that and you're going to be more gentle with yourself about the passage of time, the fact that, you know, we age and aging is not really something we can stop, or that time flies, that life moves on and it's nothing we can stop. Sometimes there's comfort in that, knowing that new things will come about here, pile 4. Number 3 also makes me think of the Empress card. Again, some of you could be coming from, was it pile 3? You might be being called to look back at that because even 1 + 2 is 3 here with the number 12 and the number 1. Maybe some of you are from pile 1 as well. Maybe some of you watched this entire thing. And if so, I thank you, pile 4. So let's go ahead and move on. Also, you're unlocking mysteries here. I forgot to mention that. Lots of masculine energy I'm noting because there's like a lot of these decks, they don't have a lot of male characters. They're usually geared more towards like a feminine audience. But you happen to get 2 cards with masculine characters, especially this deck. This deck, they have like the Hindu gods, the masculine Hindu gods. And yeah, so masculine energy is coming through. Maybe some of you do have a crush, but let's go ahead and move on to the tarot. Your general reading, pile 4 for the month of May. And I do want to thank you for clicking on my video today and for listening to me give you some insights. Okay, we have the 4 of Swords. Again, putting things to rest. Queen of Swords. For your mental health is what I'm hearing. Some of you, you're just letting go of certain things, letting go of certain ideals, letting go, I don't want to say of dreams per se, but more like hopes and expectations that were maybe unrealistic. It's like you, and this does happen. Let me get the rest of your cards. 9 of Wands, yeah. You were holding on to something, maybe even defending it for a long time. The World reversed. It needs to be censored. King of Pentacles. And the Artist. Sometimes we have dreams about something and those dreams are trying to indicate a message here. And for some of you, you could have had like a very vivid or very pivotal or very in your face kind of dream that let you understand and know that it was time to let something go. I know I have those quite often, especially about situations and people where the dreams are going to tell me something. The dreams explain something to me, and I know that it is time to take action upon it. I know not everybody, that's not for everybody, that's not always the case, but for some of you, I feel like either in meditation or in dreaming, some of you could be meditating a lot and coming across realizations in meditation this month. But it's like, you know, it's finally time to let something go because it's no longer healthy for you to keep thinking about it. It's no longer healthy for you to try to make sense of it. Even if something is confusing you to the point where you don't know what to do about it, it's time to let it go because it doesn't deserve space in your mind, in your head. You have other things to worry about. The 9 of Wands, it's like you're almost at the 10 of Wands. So you wanted to let go of this before it became unhealthy or before it took a toll on you mentally. With the World reversed and the King of Pentacles, this is honestly, it's such a simple thing, right? Letting things go, but it's going to have like a very strong impact on you. You're putting something to rest. And the King of Pentacles doesn't let things go easily. You could even be an earth sign. Earth signs do not let things go easily. They don't do things like that. But I feel like releasing this is actually going to be the best thing you could do with yourself, because what it was doing, it was impeding upon your ability to create or your ability to look for new avenues. I don't know why I keep getting this example, but I'm going to keep going with the crush example, I guess because I read it in that book. But let's say you kept holding out on the hope that somebody would come around, or maybe you were hoping that, you know, stuff would turn around within a relationship or with a potential romantic partner. That was preventing you from meeting new people. That was preventing you from wanting to go on. Because for a lot of you, you're very loyal, even to things that don't commit to you. You commit to them mentally or emotionally. Like, And that's fair. I feel like a lot of earth signs are this way, you know? We are very much commitment prone, even when it doesn't make sense to. Like, we don't like to have multiple people, but we prefer to have one person. And maybe for some, even if it's not solidified on the other person's part, I feel like some of you, you're just letting something go here. And it's the healthiest thing you could ever do. And it's going to bring up a lot of beautiful things for you. So with that said, let's go ahead and move on to love and relationships, which I'm curious about because, like I said, for some of you, this could have something to do with romance or even your ideas of romance. So for my pile 4, we have the Hanged Man reverse. Yeah, you're seeing things in a different perspective. Your viewpoints are changing. We have the Tower, and it might come out of nowhere. Eight of Swords. Something you weren't seeing before. There was another pile that had a similar message, but I feel like that one was more general. This is with specific people. We have the Knight of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. Let me get one more. And the Seven of Swords. Okay, you're finally seeing the truth of a situation here. You're finally seeing the truth of a matter. Back of the deck, Justice. And not only that, karma's gonna get the person who was being deceptive here. So for a lot of you, I do feel you were in a situation where somebody was just kind of being with you. They were not going to commit. Pile 4, if I can be very honest, this person was not going to commit. This person really just wanted you for a fun time. Knight of Wands is literally F-boy, F-girl energy. If this is not romantic, if this is more of a friend, same thing. They just wanted you for the clout. They just wanted to be around you for the drama, for whatever you had to bring. Maybe they found you very interesting. Maybe they had... maybe they just find your lifestyle interesting, but I don't think, whoever this is, they didn't really care about you as a person, or they were only going to invest as far as they were concerned. Like they weren't going to invest any more in you than you were going to invest in them. And because you have such a beautiful, nurturing, caring energy, I do feel like a lot of you are earth signs, and earth signs can be this way where they can just give a lot because they feel... one way earth signs show their value is by giving, whether that's physically, monetarily, or even just in their energy. Earth signs can be very giving. I feel like you were giving too much to this person who honestly, they just... Seven of Swords can be deception, but it could also be gossip. It could also just be like, you know, shooting the breeze, like just talking to talk. And I feel like you were just done with this because you knew nothing was going to come out of it, or you figured out nothing was going to come out of this. And I feel like you could burn this bridge, block this person. It could be romantic or platonic. I'm not really seeing one more than the other. I do feel like it would make more sense romantically. This person was just there for a good time, not a long time. And you're finally letting this go because I feel like you didn't want to see it, but something's going to show and prove to you this month that they're really not all it seems. They're really not all that great. And I feel like you didn't want to see it with the Eight of Swords here. You really didn't want to, but it's because you want to believe the best of everybody. But the blindfold's coming off, or Spirit is going to allow you to see this, especially with the Justice card. Karma will get them. Six of Cups. Not only that, but you're letting go of the nostalgia. You're letting go of whatever this is and moving on, and thank goodness. Page of Cups. Yeah, for a lot of you, this could have been a crush or a person or somebody that you had a lot of hope in, that you kept making excuses as to why they behaved the way they behaved. You're not doing that anymore. Yeah, I felt this energy was really strong, and like, oh, it was a previous pile. A similar energy is coming through. So I feel like this could just be happening in the collective. We're not making excuses for people anymore. We're seeing them for who they are, and let the pieces fall where they may. You're cleansing yourself of this. You're stepping away from this. You're no longer going to be there for a person who doesn't want to be there for you. There's something here to be said about reciprocity, but you're not allowing yourself to be deceived anymore. For a lot of you, this message could come in a dream. For some of you, this could even be a celebrity. I'll be honest. Maybe you're done supporting somebody who's just like, yeah, I'm not gonna tolerate that. And you know what gets me though, pile 4? I feel like some of you kind of figured this, like you already kind of knew. Like your first instinct or your first gut feeling about them wasn't positive, and then they won you over, but now you're releasing it again. It's like, nope, it was just the narcissism of them winning you over. Because that's what they do, you know. Narcissists are great at doing that very thing. Even children of narcissists, I feel like we don't talk about them enough. We don't blame them, but they still have those attributes and we can't let them get away with it. So, pile 4. Career and finance. Let's move on to that one. Okay, 2 of Cups. Okay, my right ear, my masculine side ear just started ringing really loudly. 2 of Cups. You're meeting somebody new in the workplace. This could be a new coworker you get along, or you could be getting closer to a coworker. Maybe you're deciding to be friends or meet outside of work. This is somebody you already vibe with though, so it's nobody new. This is somebody you already kind of trust. And I don't feel this is the same person that we were talking about up here either. We have the Moon. Lots of secrets being revealed this month. In general, like a lot of these piles have similar but different messages. We have the 5 of Cups. You're finding out somebody's having not a great time about something, and they open up to you about it. The World reversed. Somebody here wants to gain closure or bring something to an end, but it can't happen, and it's getting in the way. This could be you, pile 4. I feel like you want to end something here. Like you might be wanting to leave a job, a relationship, something, but it keeps, like, you can't yet, but you know it's over. In your mind, in your heart, in your head, it's over. But in actuality, it's not. A lot of you are dealing with the complexities of like the reality of something and how you feel and how things are within your mind, within your spirit. It's like something here is ending. It's dead. But on paper, or oh my God, the way I had a hard time saying it. But on paper, in terms of bureaucracy, in terms of how maybe the state or whatever you're in sees it, it's not. So you're dealing with that. This would be like, I'm thinking of divorces. Like couples could be separated. They have no feelings for each other. They don't want to get back together. They've even like in a different state, house, whatever. But on paper, they're still married. That's what I'm getting. Like that's an example of being shown here. So back to the workplace, back to finances. I do feel this is more workplace though. 9 of Cups. Ten of Cups. Wow. Something here isn't how you wanted it to go, but you still get what you want. Like the way it panned out wasn't how you expected, but you still get the end goal in the workplace. Back of the deck, we have the Queen of Swords. Okay, a lot of you, this is strong Gemini energy, so the last half of May, the later half of May could be important. Something about you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. So somebody here is helping you out in the workplace, not in a bad way though. This is nothing, you know, sketchy. I feel like somebody here is trying to help you out with the 2 of Cups because you're finding out something about somebody. Somebody here is not happy, or somebody here kind of wants to put a specific situation to rest. So you're both trying to figure out ways to make this work. You could be pairing up with somebody. And even though this isn't the way you expected to gain your goals, you still end up getting the goal anyway. That said, I do need you to be careful, pile 4, because if you do anything sketchy in the workplace, it could come back to you. So I feel like you will be able to achieve this without, you know, doing something out of line, whatever that may mean for you in the workplace. But I do feel like gaining help from somebody could still help, could still go a longer way than going about it by yourself. So yeah, in the workplace, make sure that somebody here opens up to somebody about the goals they want to achieve in the workplace, and you help them make it happen. I don't think it was the way you expected though. I feel like for some of you could be getting a promotion, but you didn't think it would be through like helping somebody out. I feel like some of you thought it would be through your skills. You're still using your skills, but instead it turns out all you have to do was be a sympathetic ear to somebody and help them with something emotionally, or even like in energetic support, moral support here, and you get something. So yeah, opening up your heart at the workplace is going to make a lot of sense here, because it's going to allow people to see you as a person, which I feel like makes sense because we have like no cups energy in relationships, no cups energy in general. You might be saving all your emotion, all your sympathy and empathy for the workplace, because that's the only place I feel that you feel safe expressing that. Maybe you work in a field where having empathy for people actually makes sense, like the healthcare field, or being an educator. You know, being nice to people does help because you need to have some humanity in those fields. But yeah, you're getting close to somebody. This is a good network situation as well. This could be like, for example, if it's a higher up, they're gonna consider you for more things because they see how you work. Or it could be a coworker that you have a lot in common with. But you get something you've always wanted in the workplace, regardless. So, also you're very intelligent. They like how you think. And I think they don't expect that. 7 of Cups. And you're going to be given a lot more options. Honestly, the workplace is looking great for you, Pile 4. But with that said, let's move on to some closing advice. For my Pile 4. Yeah, I do advise you to go, either you're coming from Pile 3, or I advise you to go to Pile 1. I want to say Pile 1 was that one pile. Okay. So we're using the yes-no deck for a yes-no question. So I'm just going to leave this here and I'll give you your answer whenever you're ready. I'll let you think of your question. Let's go ahead and get your cards. Closing advice for Pile 4. When my mind says stuff I don't like hearing, I simply choose not to listen. Thanks, but no thanks, negative voices. So a lot of you are definitely getting rid of the negative self-talk, and I love this for you, Pile 4. You're going to be a lot kinder to yourself. Wasn't that one of your cards? I will be gentle with myself. So the negative self-talk, it's over with. We're no longer doing that. We're being very positive, especially as we head into Gemini energy. Speaking of Gemini, we got some twins. You are supported and will have helpers whenever you need them. Let them come. You're gaining a lot of support. I was talking about it mostly in the workplace here, but it could also be with your career. It could also be networking here, Pile 4. If you don't have a workplace and work for yourself, this could be people helping you out. We also have this one. Reach, stretch, breathe, believe. What can you let go of to feel maximum joy? Like I said, we're letting go of a lot. Not every pile had that, but for you specifically, Pile 4, we're definitely letting go of situations. And let's get your yes, no card for Pile 4. Stand in your power. Yeah, if you're coming from a previous pile that also had this, you're definitely standing in your power. You gain power by letting things go. You gain power by seeing the truth of a situation, by not allowing yourself to be clouded by other people's influence. I'm going to get one more card for you because I'm being told to do so. Go deeper. And this could have you reevaluating so much of your life, including how you've always perceived yourself. Because I feel like you don't understand how much people have manipulated you into believing something that isn't true, or believing something that maybe isn't exactly as it seems. Maybe even changing the way you see yourself. So I see you going deeper into meditation and releasing a lot of preconceived notions about either you, other people, or other situations around you. But intense month for you, Pile 4, but I believe in you, and I feel like it's going to be an amazing month by the end. You're going to be so much free. Like, it's going to be amazing. But this is where I leave you, Pile 4. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care.